The fourth verse that will form the basis of our prayer for this week is James chapter 4, verse 3. Let me start from verse 1. When do the conflicts and where do the quarrels among you come from? Is it not from your passions that battle inside you? You desire and you do not have. You murder and envy and you cannot obtain. You quarrel and fight, you do not have because you do not ask. You ask and do not receive because you ask wrongly, so you can spend it on your passion. So here we're being confronted with the possibility of asking and not receiving because we are asking wrongly. So how do I not ask wrongly? That's why we are here. We are here to ask God for His help so that we do not ask wrongly. And He's saying you are asking wrongly. And this is, so asking wrongly here is talking about the motivation. Why do you want what you say you want? That's why it's important to have our motivations purified, so that we will be motivated. We have the right motivation as the foundation. So your motivation cannot be competition, because here in this passage we see conflict, quarrels, passions inside, desires to have, murder, envy, and all sorts. And it's saying this is default. We wouldn't ask God for things, but we want to jostle, we want to argue, we want to fight, so we already have. It's talking about the default of the flesh. The default of the flesh is to engage in conflicts because of what you want, to engage in quarrel because of what you want and you don't have. So you're already distracted. You're already on the wrong path. Meanwhile, the right path is a part of asking, and receiving is a part of depending on the grace of God, of the part of drawing near to the throne of grace, according to Hebrews 4:16, drawing near the throne of grace. Let's read that. Hebrews 4:16 says, therefore let us confidently approach the throne of grace to receive mercy and find grace whenever we need help. So there's a need. The writer of the book of James is highlighting a need here, but there's a need, and the way people want to get that need met is conflict and quarrels. There are desires and passions and urge. There's a drive. Something is driving. We're being driven to obtain things, and we want to beat down anyone that's standing in our way of obtaining those things. But we've been called to humble ourselves under the mighty hand of God. Those are the words of Peter. He said we should humble ourselves under the mighty hand of God, so that in due season, we should humble ourselves under the mighty hand of God, and we will resist the devil and he will flee from us. But there's a call here. As you're being called, you're being drawn in. We're being drawn in to humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. But whatever James was writing is obviously contrary to humbling yourself under the mighty hand of God. Whatever he was writing in James chapter 4 from verse 1, the conflicts, the thinking that there's an human being that is standing in your way, and that you must run them over to get to where you're supposed to go. The quarrel, the endless fight. Let's choose differently. Let's choose to go before God. Let's choose to lean on God. Let's choose the part of humility of asking God, and we need to cultivate that as a daily habit. We need to cultivate it as a daily habit, to lean on God, to even though you seems everything is okay, but you still want to lean on Him. You want to humble yourself. You want to lean on what you're saying, lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, you're supposed to acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. In all our ways, you're supposed to acknowledge Him, and He will direct our path. That is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own understanding. The fight, the quarrel, all those things smell of relying on your own understanding. Do not rely on your own understanding. Acknowledge Him in all your ways. Verse 6, Proverbs 3:6, and He will make your path. So prayer is the way we acknowledge Him. And in the place of prayer, our motivation, because we're interacting with God, we're engaging with God, our motivation will begin to be reshaped. As we behold His glory, we're going to be transformed into the same image, from glory to glory. So that is that for this fourth verse of scriptures, that will be the basis of our daily prayer for this week. We'll pray 30 minutes. That's the first part of the class, and this is the fourth verse that we're going to use to pray each day. God bless you.